Open your third year, Chapter 7, Team Players. The next morning, you barely pass through the front doors when you stop short in the hospital lobby. Whoa, what the... It looks like every doctor in Edenbrook is down here. I wonder what's going on. Most of these people look as confused as we do. I'll ask Baz. Hey, Casey. I was thinking I need to drop by the office and say hello. Then this must be fate. Speaking of, do you know what this is all about? Bloom's making some sort of announcement. I only just got the email. I've heard he's looking to beef up our research funding. But why would Bloom, of all people, need more funding? Good point. Honestly, there were donuts in the lab this morning, so my attention was a little split. Just then, your roommates move over to join you. There's a crackle of a microphone, and the crowd quiets. Good morning, Edenbrook. Thank you all for being here so promptly. He's standing on one of the upper-level balconies, a spotlight on him. Clearly, Leland's using a Silicon Valley tech launch vibe. I can't thank you all enough for your hard work so far in making Edenbrook a leading light in medicine. And this is just the beginning. Changing of the face of modern medicine requires motion and momentum. It requires all of us to promote Edenbrook vision both inside and outside the hospital. What's this supposed to mean? We're doctors, not PR people. With the vision in mind, each team will be joining in some planned activities over the course of the next day or so, focused either on internal team building or external promotion and outreach. I'll be reaching out to all of you over the course of the workday to explain your specific tasks and answer any questions. And remember, take these seriously. Every team is contributing to the greatest team of all, Team Edenbrook. A good number of doctors clap and cheer at that, and he smiles and flashes a thumbs up. I wonder what that will mean for us. You arrive at the office to find Ethan, Harper already there. Harper looks up and smiles as you come in. Good morning, Casey. How have you been holding up? Honestly, I'm feeling worried about the announcement. Agreed. If I've learned anything from working with Leland Bloom, it's that he's at least trustworthy when he's promising something. Have you heard anything about what he has planned for the diagnostics team? No, but I'm not looking forward to finding out. The door opens and Tobias sweeps in, smiling easily at all of you. Good morning, everyone. Any patient leads, fearless leader? Okay, he's a bit too happy with them. As a matter of fact, yes. He passes around copies of the new patient's chart for you to look at as he speaks. Patient is a 8-year-old man who was admitted this morning. He and his wife have been trying to conceive for several months, but no luck. They weren't concerned until recently when the patient developed breasts. Really? Full-on gynosinoma? So we think this could be tied to their fertility issues? It's certainly possible. Hormone imbalances, testicular cancer, plenty of diagnosis could account for both symptoms. Doesn't look like he's on any medications that might lead to this. Any signs of kidney or liver failure? Those can cause breast enlargement in men. The admitting doctor tested for both and levels were normal. No changes in weight or diet either. Sounds like the regular contenders are out. Is anyone else excited for this one as I am? No. Tobias, I'm with you. It's interesting. Cases like this, where none of the usual diagnoses make sense, are what I live for. Not to mention, they get articles in major medical journals. I don't like that answer at all. Don't think I won't be racing you to publication if it turns out to be fascinating, as I think it will be. Oh, it is on. You just go do that. If you don't mind shifting your focus from the medical reputation back to the patient. Right. Sorry. So we're agreed? We take the case? I thought we agreed you regained Overlord status, but if Bloom asks, yep, fully voted through. The four of you make your way to the patient's room. His wife sits at her husband's bedside, holding his hand. Oh wow, Naomi. Looks like they sent a whole fleet of doctors. We aim to please a Bloom Edenbrook. So, Michael, why don't you tell us what's going on? It's probably easier if you just show them, honey. Grimacing a bit, Michael opens his gown to reveal 2 swollen boobies. Be honest, is it cancer? I'd say it's very unlikely. There are dozens of potential causes for gynostomy. Cancer is more likely, or no more likely than any of the rest. See? What did I say, sweetie? There's no need to panic yet. You're right as always. Harper sets to work drawing blood for your tests. I gather from your file that the 2 of you have been trying for a child. Yes, that's right. In the past, just the past few months, still no luck yet. Though, to be fair, we both just started 2 jobs. Between the stress and exhaustion, we probably missed the window a couple times, if you know what I mean. But Naomi was worried, so we both took fertility tests. My sperm count was a little low, but nothing too serious. Can you tell us about other symptoms you've had? There really aren't any, at least not that I can think of. That's not true. You're always complaining about your neck pain. Well, sure, but that's got nothing to do with this. Maybe it's unrelated, but better safe than sorry. What happened? We went to Ireland on a vacation maybe 6 or 8 months ago, and we got in a small car crash. So think about this. We've been trying for about 6 months now, got in a crash. She's being nice. I forgot which side of the road we were supposed to be on and wound up swerving into the ditch. I was a little banged up, so they gave me a neck brace to wear for a month or so, plus some pain pills. And the muscle relaxants. He might have damaged his thyroid in the accident. Anything else we should know? I suppose I've been feeling pretty worn out lately, but I figured that was just a new job. I've been sleeping well. You finish taking samples, then excuse yourselves and step out into the hallway. Thoughts? A hormone imbalance is almost certainly in play. Thyroid related, maybe? You know, it's funny. Just a couple decades ago, thyroid wasn't even on the radar for most doctors. That'd be my guess. First, though testicular cancer is still a possibility. Tobias, Harper, go look at the scans the admitting physicians took. See if we're missing anything. Casey, head to the lab and run the blood test. I'm gonna speak to his primary care. The other 2 nod, and then Ethan heads off to their assignments. You're about to leave as well when... Excuse me, Dr. Valentine. I'm sorry to bother you. I just want to say please do everything you can for him. You know how some people are just gentle and loving? That's my husband. Please, promise me you can help him. There are no guarantees in medicine, but some of the best doctors in the world are on his team. He is in the best of hands he can be. Thank you so much. I hope you can figure things out. Soon. With a worried but warm smile, she nods and goes back into Michael's room. Through the window, you see her move to his bedside and bend down for a kiss. They clearly love each other so much. I should get the test to the lab and start helping them. You're on your way back from the lab when you hear some familiar voices from inside of one of the on-call rooms. Jade, please don't worry. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Oh no, it wasn't. Well, it was, kinda. Not as bad as it could have been. But maybe. But pretty bad. I wonder what's going on. Sounds like they could use some help. Everything okay in here? In here, yes. With Jade's patient, not so much. I still don't get what went wrong. I'd say the primary problem was when you told the liver failure patient that he brought it on himself. Wait, are you serious? But his lifestyle choices were the cause of his fatty liver disease. I'm already loving this doctor. That's complete sarcasm, by the way. I'm sure she was cushioned the blow, right? Right. I suppose that depends on what you mean by the term. Barking, shape up or die, did seem to have an effect on him. Specifically making him cry. Oh my gosh, she has no empathy at all. I just wanted him to understand how serious this was. Tough love works. No, it doesn't. Not always. Jade, you need to work on your bedside manner. Scaring and browbeating patients isn't gonna get them to follow your advice. I know, it's just so much pressure. I'm sure those are skills that can develop in time. You're still getting the hang of it. Okay, Jackie, I'm gonna smack you with my slipper. Jackie slings an arm around Jade's drooping shoulders and speaks with surprising gentleness. You know what helps me when giving a diagnosis or treatment plan? I think of someone I care about and imagine explaining it to them. I wouldn't want my loved ones to be scared or confused or embarrassed. These patients deserve the same care. I don't think I've ever seen Jackie be like this with an intern, not even Gary. Just take the night to think about all that, because we're not doing any more patients for the rest of the day. Oh, thank God. Glenn clearly isn't very comfortable dealing with patients. Why doesn't Jackie seem to see it? Because she's a... Moving on. We've got our marching orders with Bloom, and they're good ones. My team is going on a team-building activity at an off-site ropes course. All the interns are coming and a bunch of residents too. Casey, you should come too. Esme's gonna be there. Mitch and Sothy. It'll be good to catch up. If you haven't got anything going on for a few hours, I'd love for you to join us. After this morning's speech, I was afraid we'd be in for a million trust falls, but this actually sounds pretty awesome. My test will be back. We'll be back for a while, and Bloom seemed pretty intent on all of us bonding. Join the interns, residents, and Jackie for an exciting and insightful day at the ropes obstacle course. You'll get a chance to reconnect with some of your interns. Yay. Should I go change? Actually, I was thinking we'd get into team solidarity things by wearing scrubs. Is that too lame? Yes. I mean, it's pretty lame, but I think it's the kind of lame Bloom wants from us. Go change before I change my mind about asking you along. There's the Jackie I know and love. Oh, and make sure to grab some tissues, you know, for when you start weeping over how badly I crush you at this. Oh, it is on. And Jackie share a ride to the ropes course where a host of fresh-faced interns are already chatting excitedly about the day ahead. Alright kids, behave yourselves. We've been ordered to bond and that's what we're here to do. Interns cheer, clearly excited to get the chance to get away from the hospital for a day, and you even notice Jade smiling. So our first bonding activity is going to be in pairs on the ropes. It's all about trusting your partner not to let you down, literally. So, pick a partner and let's get started. The interns start pairing off. You notice Jackie has asked Jade to partner with her. This would be a good chance to catch up with one of the last year's interns. Esme. I saw, you noticed? No hesitation. None. Esme smiles as you walk over to join her. The dynamic duo together again, huh? I just figured it was a good idea to pair up with the toughest person here. You always were smart. You know that, Casey? How's resident life treating you? Better than intern life, though now I have an inkling of how you must have felt. Babysitting interns is not how I'd like to spend my time. Especially since Jade seems to need a heck of a lot of babysitting. I'm surprised. You're interrupted by Jackie whistling for everyone's attention. She points out to a long series of suspended swings and tires. Okay, this is how it goes. One partner will run this obstacle course as fast as they can. Try not to lose their footing. Don't worry, you will have a safety line in case you get overenthusiastic. She smiles and points higher to a series of elevated platforms above the obstacle course. But your partner will be the one holding the other end up there. If you stumble and they let go, you'll wind up in the nets, and you'll have to climb up and start over. Whoa, no pressure. So, one of us is on an anchor and one of us is running the course. I definitely want to be... anchor. I trust my hold tight abilities way more than my balance. Spoken like someone playing defense, Casey. Spoken like you're about to get your ass beat. You take the end of the safety line and climb up to the highest platform, taking position and bracing yourself as best as you can. Below, Esme and the other racers line up, ready to tackle the course. back to supporting me again, huh? Ready, and go! The runners dash forward onto the first swinging step, the rope tugging at you almost immediately. Whoa, this is harder than it looks. Guess the anchors have to take more of the weight than I realized. Grunting, you lean backwards, putting your whole weight against the rope. Soon your arms are aching from the strain. Come on, Esme, go faster before I... You got it! She redoubles her speed, blazing over the course. Gotta hang on. Gotta... You cling to your high shot in effort, and then suddenly it's all over. The rope goes slack as cheering erupts from below. You look over the edge to see that Esme came in close second. Jade is standing at the finish line, cheering and waving at Jackie below. Thanks for the assist, but looks like there's a new dynamic duo in town. She gestures at Jade and Jackie, who are celebrating their victory. Let me know if you had the same effect or not. Hey, we're still the originals. Often imitated, never duplicated. Alright, interns, next up is the rope swing. I'm gonna assign new partners for this one. You watch as Jackie organizes the interns into pairs and has them line up at the rope swing. Willing to partner with me? I thought you'd never ask. You watch as the interns start making their way through the trial under Jackie's watchful eye. It seems like you're really getting in the chief resident role. Is it weird to say I'm actually loving it? Not weird, just soft. But I promise I won't tell the other roommates you have a heart hiding under all of that sarcasm. It's just amazing to see all their potential. Like with Jade, for example. Waves Jade over, standing in line just a few feet away. Did you need something, Dr. Varma? I was telling Casey how well you're doing so far. I swear, working with Jade is like having a mini-me around. I'm not sure that's quite true, though it is nice to finally find someone who knows the right way to eat a Frito pie. What the hell is a Frito pie? I'm being serious. I see so much of me in you, Jade. I honestly can't wait until you're ready for the harder procedures. I can't imagine how thrilling it is to do some of the stuff under pressure when you know the patient's life is in your hands. Oh, well, I'm sure that's exciting, but what if the patients aren't happy with your care? Why wouldn't they be? All my patients love me. Just ask Casey, though I guess that's just because I'm the best, which you will be soon. Right. Sorry I'm getting carried away, and it's your turn on the rope swing. Jade heaves a shuddering breath as she steps forward to take her turn at the rope swing, leaving you and with Jackie, who's beaming with pride. Jackie, I can't help but notice Jade seems super worried. Nah, she's fine. It's just beginner nerves. We all get them. Sure, but it seems like it's more than that. She looked almost terrified. Earlier today, it sounded like she was struggling a little with her patience as well. I mean, yeah, she's still new. There are kinks to work out. But even if she doesn't see it yet, she's just like me. Once she gets used to the procedure, she's gonna be one of the best doctors in the hospital. If you say so. I know so. Now come on, it's our turn. Here we go. She swings across the gap quickly, landing safely on the other side. You follow right behind her, yelling and laughing as she swings through the air towards her. She catches you smiling. So, do you feel appropriately bonded? I think I mostly feel like I'm 93% adrenaline right now. Perfect. On that note, what should we do next? I want to try the zipline, cross the high wire, stay on the ground. Do you think I meant I wanted more adrenaline? Because I absolutely do not. Suit yourself. You can be my cheering section while I slay the balance posts. Jackie leads the crew over to the series of high, narrow posts with ladders leading to the top. Alright everybody, put on your safety harnesses. When we get to the top, I'll count to 3. Then we all lift one leg and balance on the other. Whoever can hold their balance the longest without falling and putting the foot down is the winner. 3 guesses who it will be? Maybe me. I've always had a really impressive inner ear. You're on, Garrison. Esme, Jackie, and a gaggle of interns climb to the top of the post and cup your hands around your mouth to shout. Hope you all fall. I mean, what? You can do it, Jackie. Don't embarrass our whole year, Gary. I think you meant that to be supportive, but it's actually not. Alright, 1, 2, 3. She and the interns lift a leg and a balance on the posts on one foot. Almost immediately, several of the interns fall, but Jackie wobbles, grimaces, and holds on. One by one, the other interns lose their balance and fall, dangling from the safety harnesses. Jackie wobbles. Come on, Jackie. She regains her balance, eyeing Gary. She smirks at him. I can do this all day, you know, and... Oh my god! Who's that walking in the facility? He's pointing to you. Is that Michael Bubble? What? How would he know to find me here? Oh, he is nefariously clever. Gary scans the ground anxiously and overbalances, tumbling from his post. Another lesson for you all. Always be ready to think outside the box when you're on the case. The interns laugh and applaud as she defends the post, and you cheering louder than anyone. Can I cheer for Esme instead? Great job, Jackie. But, how did you know that random Michael Bubble stuff would work? Because I'm an amazing mentor, Casey. He's also my nemesis. It would be irresponsible not to have informed Jackie of our history, for the safety of the hospital at large. I'm gonna go ahead and not ask about that one. Under Jackie's guidance, the interns follow her lead, each group getting bolder than the one before. Looks like the bonding day was a success. I'd say so. Thanks for being here. It made it way more fun. Oh, anytime. Though, next time I might lead the tailgating instead of joining in. See? You always get me, Casey. Later that day, you swing by the labs, check Michael's test results. That's strange. That's not a clue. The test results have come back, and so far, there are no sign of cancer markers or hormone deficiencies. So what does that mean? Overall, this is another clue. We've ruled out 2 most likely causes of the infertility and gynecomastia. That narrows things down. But it sounds like you still have no real ideas about what this is. Look at it this way. We figured out 2 major role paths we don't need to stumble down. We'll get started on the next set of tests, and then...
Mopping complete. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
You jump out of your skin as Binks spins around to face you and the patients. From the back, he's looked like another stack of monitoring equipment. Thanks, Binks, and sorry to cause you so much trouble.
There is no need to apologize. This unit is programmed to assist patients in all capacities. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Binks wheels out of the room, and a traumatic smile on his face. Did something happen? Oh, it was nothing, just me being clumsy. He had some sort of weird muscle spasm and flung his glass on the floor. That was what Binks was cleaning up. Sweetie, I'm sure it was just butterfingers. A muscle spasm. That could be a new symptom. Michael, would you mind sitting up for a minute? I'd like to do a quick test. Push back against my hands as hard as you can, okay? You hold up your hands and he pushes against them weakly. You run through a few similar tests, but no matter where you test, his muscles feel limp and weak against your pushback. He seems weaker even compared to earlier today. What's going on? Okay, Michael, one more test. I'm gonna do a reflex test. Just let your legs dangle over the side, okay? You hit his knee with a rubber mallet, expecting his foot to kick automatically, but nothing happens. That's not supposed to happen, is it? What's going on? I'm not sure yet, but it's good that we have this information. It's a neurological thing. I'll check in with you as soon as we learn anything new. You literally just did learn something new. Sure. Sounds good. You might be having a nervous system issue. You arrive back at the office to find the rest of the team assembled already. Easy, good. I was just about to page you. Any updates on the patient? Yes, though I'm not sure they're good ones. Ethan frowns as you summarize the results of your lab test, your examination of Michael's muscle weakness, and his lack of reflex response. Man, I can't think of any explanations off the top of my head. What do the rest of you make of it? Beats me. Oh, for the love of God, you two are the best diagnosticians this hospital has. How do people not die more often here? I guess this case just got more interesting. That's not the word I'd use for it. No matter what, we'll need to wait on new results. In the meantime, we've just gotten our marching orders for Bloom's bonding activity. Really? We don't have time for this. Whatever he wants us to do is going to distract us from helping the patient. Let's just tell him no. I'd highly recommend against that. We're already on thin ice with him. As much as I hate to admit it, Harper's right. He made it very clear that everyone in the hospital is expected to participate in it. He won't grant us any exception for us. Besides, Michael's tests will be running all evening, and our event is scheduled for after our shift. What other tests did you do? I just did all the lab work. What other tests did you do, Ramsey? After our shift, what has he got planned? PR. We've been invited to a very exclusive dinner function this evening, where we'll have a chance to meet all of Leland's tech mogul buddies. I think that you mean we'll be expected to act like dancing monkeys for Bloom's friends. It's just a dinner, and promoting what we do here at Edenbrook isn't a bad thing. Perhaps, but it's still a performance. Look on the bright side. At least it's, just one night. I'm sure it's gonna be boring, pompous, and, well, it's only for a few hours and then it's done. I'll simply Bloom doesn't invite us for more of these shindigs, of course, which, fair warning, I expect to be charming enough to warrant. I should have known you'd find a way to make this worse, Tobias. I'm assuming he's expecting us to do more than sample the appetizers! Appetizers! Where did this come through? I don't know. Appetizers. Apple, for the love of... You assumed correctly. The plan is for us to, quote, sell the Edenbrook story to potential partners and investors. So like I said, dancing monkeys. And who are we dancing for, precisely? Looks like you and Harper are seated with the CEO of Doc Online, the online medical database. Oh, like WebMD? Casey and I will be sitting at Bloom's table along with major VC investor and the founder of a major social platform. Have fun with that one, Ethan. Try not to get too much disdain on the table, Lennon. If you're done gloating, Tobias, we'd better all get into costume for this farce. We'll meet at the restaurant at 7. Tobias and Harper leave, but you linger for a moment. It's not so bad, right? I mean, at least we get a good dinner out of it. And more importantly, you and I can enjoy each other's company. Would that be proper with Bloom watching? We can touch hands under the table or other things. Ooh. Ethan leaves his posture a little less defeated and a bit more upbeat than when you first entered. You finish up your rounds and head home to prepare for dinner. Whatever Ethan thinks about it's an important dinner, it would be smart to try and make a good impression. Pick out a new chic outfit.
Wow, Ethan, and investors and friends alike. Oh, yes. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Ah!
Listen, it's a new voice. I literally have about 50 or so voices you guys have never heard. You put on a look you've been saving for a special occasion, slipping it on and twirling in the mirror. I've been waiting for an excuse to wear this. Whatever else he might think of me, Bloom won't be able to argue with my fashion sense. You arrive at the restaurant with time to spare and bump into the rest of the diagnostics team in front of the lobby. When they see your new outfit, their eyes widen in amazement. Harper pounces on you and begins making out. Man, I figured I'd be the star of the show, and you just came in and one-upped me with a single change of clothes. Well played, Casey. You look amazing, Casey. Bloom will certainly be happy with the impression you'll make in that. You look quite... Listen, I'm bad at compliments. She looks good, okay? She looks, I was gonna say devilishly delightful, but all the better for us. As for Ethan, he hasn't stopped staring at you, his eyes smoldering with desire and intent. So, Ethan, do I meet your approval? In reply, Ethan takes your hand and brings it to his lips, brushing a kiss against your knuckles and smiling. For the first time tonight, I'm actually thrilled to be here. Nice suit. Shall we go in, then? Lead the way. The 4 of you make your way into the fray. Tech moguls, doctors mingle over cocktails and appetizers as they float around the opulent room. The views in here are incredible, and the decor looks like Bloom rented out the entire restaurant. Not that we didn't know he was loaded, but damn. Rich people. Trying to impress other rich people for money. Man, just seeing all this makes me annoyed. What an overtop display of wealth. We could have met at the hospital cafeteria and used all that money for patients. As much as I agree with the sentiment, I'm afraid the reality is that these types of people who expect a bit of winning or whining and dining. Yeah, they need their dog and pony show before they pony up, but if it means we get a better dinner than we would otherwise, count me in. And with that, Tobias heads off to mingle, nodding and smiling at people as he goes, working the crowd effortlessly. And Harper follows suit, serene, calm, and confident. They both do have a talent for this. Not one I share, I fear. That's fine. Stick with me, and we'll see if we can find some people who we know to hang out with. In fact, on that note... Hey, Casey, over here. You and Ethan cross the room to join Elijah, where he's formed his own group with Baz and Zaid. Oh no, both of them in the same room. Yep, this is gonna take a little effort. Whoa, Casey, you're looking amazing. Nobody will be able to take their eyes off of you in that. Why, thank you, Elijah. You do realize this is a networking event and not a fashion show? Come on, Zaid. You know as well as I do that these people like things to come in fancy packaging, and that is some fancy packaging. And Ethan, it's been a while. F you, Baz. F you. Too long. I'm glad we have a chance to remedy it. I hope things are going well in the lab. They sure are. That's why we're, here tonight, actually. Bloom wants to showcase the hospital's most cutting-edge work. Apparently that means both the diagnostics team and the top researchers. Sounds like we're all getting trotted out for Bloom's puppet show. I'm sorry you weren't able to avoid it. Are you kidding? Bloom is telling all these tech giants I'm a top researcher. This is the best thing that's happened all week. Not to mention Bloom asked me to do a formal presentation. Can you believe it? It's because you keep buying into his pony show for the love of... Elijah, you're smarter than that, dude. Come on. Wow, that's major. Congratulations, Elijah. I'd have been glad to take the helm, but Bloom, to the tech industry types, respond better to a, quote, younger, fresher face of innovation. Ah, say it, welcome. To, having that issue. Of course. God forbid the actual science be enough to woo them. Opens his mouth, clearly about to add criticism, or more of it, completely oblivious to Elijah's excitement. Ethan, can I speak to you for a second? You pull him away from the group, leaving Elijah talking animatedly with Baz and saying, Casey, what is it? Can you rein it in a bit? Elijah's my friend, even though I literally agree with Ethan. He and I might not see eye to eye on Bloom, but he's one of my best friends. I'm not about to let you disrespect him or his big moment. That wasn't my intent at all. I know Dr. Green does good work and I respect it. I know that, but if you can keep going on about Bloom, Elijah won't. Elijah's been talking about his research for weeks now. Let's not ruin this for him, okay? You're right. Forgive me. It's just... The smoozing puts me in a bad mood. Doesn't mean I should ruin your friend's excitement. Or his presentation, for that matter. If he and his team are poised to make some real advances, I'm glad to hear about them. Then I am glad to hear you say that. I swear to Jesus Christ, I'll take this mouse, and I will wrap the cord around your throat, Bloom. Eavesdropping piece of... You and Ethan turn to see Bloom walking up, arms outstretched in friendly welcome. Ethan stiffens, but only slightly, and musters a polite nod. Leland. Ethan, Casey, so good to see both of you. I was just wondering if you'd arrived. My word, Casey, you've outdone yourself with that outfit. You certainly impressed the crowd. Just wanted to make a good impression. Oh, you certainly will in that. Making a splash is excellent. What do these people expect? I appreciate you taking this seriously. It's good to see your team really getting on board for once. I won't forget it. Now come join me at the table. I'd like to introduce you to colleagues of mine who are very interested in possible collaborations with Edenbrook. Amon Lagari is a partner of a venture firm that focuses on healthcare and medical devices. Nicole Toole is the creator of Am I Dying? I'm sorry, what? Apparently it's a social app where users share their symptoms and ask for diagnoses. Oh, I'm not going to that app, I'll tell you that. Apps like that make our job so much harder. Ethan. Close your mouth, Ethan. I'm hoping you'll be able to talk them into investing and connecting with Edinburgh, and with the diagnostics team in particular. What would help most? Technical detail? We can talk a bit more about the day-to-day work of a doctor, maybe some of our diagnostic techniques. No need to get bogged down with too much medicine end of things. People know technology, not anonymity, or anatomy. Focus on how Edinburgh is pushing those frontiers. Just be friendly, engaging, talk about good work we'll be doing at Edinburgh, how they contribute to it, I can handle the rest. He guides you over to his table, where two men are already seated. The older man is wearing an obviously expensive suit, and the other is so young he could be in high school. Mark Zuckerberg? They both blink and look you up and down as you approach, clearly impressed by your appearance. I, didn't realize this thing was so formal. Don't worry, it shows. Hey, Rock, how are you? I've been trying to get a can of your Zoa water that, every social media content creator's been going on about, and I can't. Armand, Nick, allow me to introduce Dr. Ethan Ramsey and Dr. Casey Valentine, the premier minds of Edenbrook's diagnostics team. Charmed, I'm sure. Just give me a moment. No, Royce, I told you to have the investment projections on my desk by tomorrow morning. Get on with it. You're the diagnostics team? Great. I'd like to pitch you our app, what our app does, and how you can... Nick, nobody cares what your app does. It's just a... Yes, I'm here. Well, call him. A gimmick that somehow stumbled into seed money. Your rivals at Angel Access don't seem to think it's a gimmick. They invested $50 million into my prototype. My rivals don't... No, call Tokyo now. Know their asses from their elbows. Oof. Maybe our team could help with that. We've got some of the best medical specialists in the country, after all, and we're all very well versed in elbow versus ass differentials. You hear Ethan make a choking noise behind you. Leland raises an eyebrow, and Armand looks at you and speaks into his phone. Royce, I'm gonna have to call you back. Looks like Leland's dug up some actual interesting people to talk to. He hangs up and fixes you with a calculating smile. Nick offers you a shy but eager smile, pulling up an app on his phone. You and Ethan exchange a look, divide, and conquer. So, tell me more about your company, Nick. Tell me more about your app. What's it called? Am I Dying? It's a social media platform where users can post their symptoms and crowdsource a diagnosis. Here, let me show you. He launches the app on his phone. On the screen, there's a picture of a rather mild-looking rash and a steady stream of other user comments popping in below. I had that. It's definitely cancer. Looks like dermatitis. Wow, great picture. It's probably poison ivy. Try a different filter. Oh, for the love of... the app that collates at the comments and provides an overview of the diagnosis. This one's got 1% poison ivy, 1% allergies, and 98% cancer. This is what happens when you let Facebook keyboard warriors have access to medical analysis. I'm not sure that's a good substitute for an actual doctor's diagnosis. On our team, we've learned that seemingly unrelated systems are often the key to solving a tricky case. See, this is why I'm talking with Edinburgh. We need doctors, real ones, on the platform to bolster users' trust. I'm sure they'd listen to any doctor as classy and put together as you. Thanks for flirting. You think they'll believe my diagnosis just because I look good? Definitely. In fact, it's making me realize it might help the app gain some cred if I work with you, Professionals like you. I wanna kill someone right now. Ah, the appetizers here. You must try the caviar. It's really some of the best in the world. Exchange an impish glance with Ethan while the waiters put on some plates. I should have went with Emanar. So, any progress with yours? Let's just say we're both still alive and unscathed, and I can count that as a win. You chat more over dinner about your work in Edinburgh and its role in the larger medical world. As the next course arrives, an assistant comes over and hands Bloom a mic. He stands and clears his throat. Excuse me, everyone. Welcome to Edenbrook Outreach Event. I hope you're all learning a lot about Edenbrook and its goals of changing the face of medicine. On that note, I'd love to share more of one of our most promising research initiatives. Dr. Green, if you would. Elijah wheels over to a podium at the front of the room and accepts the mic from Bloom, beaming at the polite applause. Our team has been studying DNA-encoded protein strands designed to bind to nerve endings and stimulate growth. The treatment can slow neurological degeneration, improve motor function, and even stimulate growth in apparently dead nerve tissue. Even the lay people in the audience realize how big that is. Ethan leans forward, listening intently. We've had promising results with the mice so far. We've been able to halt and even reverse muscular degeneration in our subjects, as this video shows. Turning to the projector screen behind the podium, Elijah clicks a button. The videos of the marshmallow moving for the first time play for the crowd. Oh my god. I know, I wanted Marshmallow. He's so adorable. They wouldn't give me the chance, though. So, think it could work? Quite possibly. I don't know enough about the subject to speculate, but the science seems sound. It could be big, right? Enormous. If it works. If the results are as promising for people as they are for mice, this could change the face of medicine as we know it. Room erupts in applause, with some particularly eager people getting to their feet and clapping. Elijah grins, soaking it all in. Thank you, Dr. Green, for the fantastic presentation. That concludes the formal portion of the evening. Please feel free to mingle and enjoy the rest of the night. Everyone applauds again and turns to their neighbors in animated conversation. As the room buzzes, you glimpse a quiet, deserted balcony tucked around the corner of the building. It looks private, unlike the rest of this place. It would be nice to get some time away from the smoozing. Sneak away from the dinner and spend some time with Ethan underneath the stars. It's sad, you see that last picture? Then you see this, and I'm sitting there going, where the hell did all the stars go? Like, I'm serious, look how pretty the background is in this, and then look at the background that we just had. It looks like garbage. Psst, Ethan, you wanna? Nod towards the balcony. He follows your gaze, and his shoulders slump with relief. God, yes, I need some quiet and a drink, not necessarily in that order. The two of you make your excuses to Nick and Armaine, who are too busy chatting eagerly about the presentation to notice, and each grab a glass of champagne on your way out. You walk onto the balcony, inhaling the cool night air. The nights of Boston are sprayed out before you, twinkling in the night sky. Thank goodness. I think if I had to listen to one more tech genius pontificate about his achievements, I'd fallen asleep in a creme brulee. Always happy to assist to lucky escapes. The lucky escapes. You both drink your glasses, the bright, bubbly liquid tickling your nose. For a while, you stand in companionable silence, taking in the view. So, how are you finding this evening? I think it's, kind of hilarious. Like, it really is a bit of a performance, isn't it? We all get dressed up in fancy clothes, spout gobbledygook at each other. I mean, could Armaine, and Nick have been any more stereotypical? I wonder if Bloom was pranking us. Sometimes you just have to roll with the ridiculousness. I think it's stupid, but at least we can laugh about it later. Maybe for you. Though I won't be laughing at Elijah's presentation, that was actually really interesting. What about you? Are you feeling the same or better about the evening at all? Or, about things in general? Ethan takes another swig of the champagne as he contemplates his answer. A little. I'll admit that Elijah's research really is impressive. It's like something out of a science fiction novel, right? I'd have to say, I'd have said so this morning, certainly. I may disagree with Bloom's methods, but even I can't deny that his resources can drive some pretty amazing results. Normally, this kind of study would have taken years to reach this point, but the fact that his tech investments got results that quickly, it's impressive. It puts the evening in a new context, I suppose. It's still insufferable, but at least I see the point of researching out for more tech investment. If you ask me, it's still suspect. I should have gone with balancing act, but both. I still worry about all what this means. For example, what if Elijah's test is moving ahead too fast? I was concerned about that as well. Though to be fair, based on the presentation, the testing sounds, just accelerated. Maybe. I'm just worried that our efforts to help patients will end up doing a deal with the devil, or the multiple devils in this case. Agree. If anything, this just has to have been a reminder that sometimes Bloom's bribes aren't just meaningless perks, but actual meaningful advances, but they're still bribes. I'm glad you're not determined to only see the downside. Frankly, it's hard to be focused on anything negative when I'm spending the evening with you. He glances at you, eyes sparkling with warmth, respect, and something else that makes you shiver in the night air. Well then, I think we need to celebrate a successful evening together. What did you have in mind? I was thinking a kiss. You lean in and press your lips gently against his, kissing him softly as he as a caress. He responds, brushing his lips against yours like a whisper. Ethan. This night just got much, much better. He turns fully to you, takes you in his arms, and kisses you again, this time much more deeply, hungrily, and sparking a warmth inside of you. Breathing heavily, you back up against the railing, feeling Ethan's strong arms encircling you, supporting you. You run your fingers through his hair and lose yourself in the kiss. Casey. Yes? As amazing as this feels, we should probably rein it in. The window is right there, and the guests can see everything.
Let them see everything.
Well, in that case, we should find a private spot. I'm just saying, they can see us here, but if we, cozy up against the wall just around the corner, we're completely hidden. Your problem-solving instincts are on point as ever. Taking your hand, Ethan pulls you from the balcony railing and over to the wall in question, and the angle and the glare of the windows providing great cover for Ethan to suddenly slam you against the railing as he kisses you passionately, his hands insatiably insatiable as they roam your body. You welcome his rough eagerness, your own hands wandering over his back, shoulders, fingernails scraping over the fabric of his jacket. Ethan, I want to feel you. I know, it's taking everything I have not to rip this new outfit off of you. I imagine it would raise questions if we returned to the party totally naked. Who says we need to return to the... Ethan hitches you up against the railing, swallowing your gasp with his mouth as he kisses you again. You wrap your arms and legs around him, holding on for dear life as he holds you up and grinds desperately against you. You intertwine around him and moan, losing yourself in the heat of his body and the kiss, hunger and desire overwhelming you. Please, Ethan. Just then, you're interrupted by a short, sharp note from a slightly out-of-tune saxophone, sounding like it's just behind you. Ethan and you both freeze and look back. You see a jazz band beginning to set up their instruments just on the other side of the glass. I think we'd better stop. As discreet as we're being, I have a feeling we might have company soon. Alright, but you better believe I'll be looking for an encore. I'd expect no less. Now, let's head back inside, before Bloom sicks one of his investors on us. Laughing, you loop your arm through his, and together you leave the quiet night air on the balcony and dive back into the eager buzz of the party. The next morning. Good morning, Michael. How are you feeling today? Honestly, I feel a little weird. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's just nerves. His hands keep shaking. That's not something that's ever happened before. You immediately see what they're talking about. As Michael drinks some water, bringing the cup to his lips, he spills the liquid. Help him. Here, let me help you with that. No, I'm fine, really. Sweetie, you're not fine. You need to let people help you. If you won't let me do it, then at least Dr. Valentine, it's her job. Outnumbered, Michael sighs and relents. You take his hand and with the cup in it and gently guide it to his lips. And this just recently started? Michael nods and then takes a sip of water and seems to struggle with swallowing it. straining and gulping. Infertility, development of breasts, muscle weakness, tremor, and trouble swallowing. I hope I'm wrong about this. I need to run one more test. Unfortunately, your instinct was right. A team assembles to deliver the bad news to the couple. I'm sorry, Michael. It's Kennedy's disease, and a particularly bad case of it. It seems to be progressing a lot faster than normal. I've never heard of that. What's Kennedy's disease? It's a rare genetic neuromuscular disorder. All your symptoms stem from it, but we didn't catch it in early tests because it's so rare. No, all of you were busy smoozing at a party when I literally said it was a neurological problem. I win. I fucking win. I'm always right. I just hate being always right. How do we cure him? You don't. The truth is, for Kennedy's disease, it's more about managing symptoms. Now that we've caught it, we'll get set up some physical therapy that should slow progression and improve quality of life. So, I can go back to normal life as long as I get treatment? Not exactly. The treatment will help, but we can't stop or reverse these effects. So how bad is this going to get exactly? Y'all exchange a troubled look. Ethan opens his mouth to explain, but Tobias beats him to it. I'm afraid you're looking at some pretty rough years, Michael. Quite a lot of them, to be honest. Is he going to die? Not necessarily, and certainly not immediately, but the chances of a premature death are high. I'm sorry. Naomi bursts into tears, clasping Michael's hand. Michael squeezes her, reassuringly, tearing up himself as if someone there's a polite knock on the door. I swear to... Okay, it's not Bloom. Hey, I got your page, Casey. Nice to meet you, Michael and Naomi. This is Rafael Aviero. He's a physical therapist who works with the hospital. He's gonna help you with your treatment plan. I guess the sooner we get started, the better, huh? We'll leave you to it. Please let us know if there are any other questions. And thanks, Raph. Of course. Don't worry, Michael. There's a lot we can do to help with this. Michael gives you a wan smile of thanks as you leave, but Naomi continues to cry. The team slips outside, somber and quiet, particularly Ethan. In the hallway, you let out a breath and speak without thinking. Surely we can do more? Ethan presses his lips together as if considering an answer, but says nothing. Harper frowns. Unfortunately, no. Physical therapy is his best chance at improvement now, and those improvements are likely to be minimal. Ethan is still silent, brooding to himself. Ethan, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I'm just considering something. I have to follow up on it. I'll see you all later. He hurries away, leaving the rest of you exchanging confused looks. What just happened to the sound? I had to reboot the app. You bear your frustration in your other cases that day, and eventually, in your time in the free clinic. So, don't get the cast wet. Next time your grandson asks you to try skateboarding with him, maybe say no. Casey, come here. Come here. Don't discourage people from living a life. Stop it.
Pish posh. It was the most fun I'd had in my life. What's a broken bone or two compared to being young and free again?
Exactly, thank you. As you emerge from the clinic, you see Michael and Naomi across the atrium, and your heart aches a little. They see you, and to your surprise, grin and wave you over. Dr. Valentine, I wanted to thank you again for all your help. No need to thank me. How are you doing? Pretty good, all things considered. Happy to be going home. Yes, when we get back, I'm gonna bake you your favorite cheesecake, sweetie. We've earned a treat, I think. They seem awfully cheerful. How did the initial session go with Raph? Not too bad. Pretty emotional, obviously, but we stopped early once Dr. Ramsey came in. I'm sure you already know, but He confirmed that we'd be getting this new experimental drug that the hospital's studying. Oh, which drug exactly? I didn't understand all that. Something about a protein that can fix muscular degeneration like mine? Wait, he can't mean Elijah's study, can he? Michael, if it's a trial I'm thinking of, it's still extremely early. The drug is only just now entering human trials. It's had great results with mice, but this will be somewhat uncharted territory. Dr. Ramsey told us that, but he also said that he's looked into it and he thought the science was super promising. Yeah, so much so that he went out of his way to make sure that I was in the group getting the drug. Isn't that great? Sounds like he pulled some strings. I can't believe he'd do something so wonderful for us. Yeah, unbelievable. Congrats. Dazed, you manage to smile and nod in encouragement. Satisfied and happy, they walk off together, leaving you reeling. Ethan would never lie to a patient, but not even doctors are supposed to know which patients get drugs and which get placebos. So the only way Ethan would be able to guarantee that they'd get the drugs is if... You swallow as realization settles in. He's made a deal with Bloom. If he broke the trial protocol in Elijah's study, which means everything Elijah's working towards could be at risk. Or he made a deal with Bloom. You were all sad to learn about your patient's outcome, but has Ethan breached medical ethics to try and change it and put Elijah's study at risk to boot? He planned to find out. Oh my god, Ethan went and did something as a doctor that most humans should be doing in a medical profession, to ensure their patient has a halfway decent life. Oh man, just think about it. Oh no, whatever will we do? Don't worry, I'm sure we're over-exaggerating right now. Anyway, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. And without further ado, hopefully you're all having a great day. So today's Friday. Hopefully you're all keeping your chin up. Hopefully you're all having a good day. Let me know if you're not. I, as well as I'm sure other members of this community, would be more than happy to be there for you. If you ever need to reach out to someone and talk to somebody about maybe you're having a bad day, going through some stuff, whatnot, I am here for you. Literally and figuratively. Like, I am more than happy to spend some time talking to you. And, hey, you know what? It's always nice to have a new friend, I guess you could say. Like, I treat this community as if I would treat a friend. And that's why I go above and beyond, even when I'm sick, I don't feel good or whatnot, to do my best, because that is who I am. I am a support. That is my existence, to try and be that goodness in other people's lives. And, you never know. You meet someone and you help them and they end up being a good friend and end up being a little bright light in your life. So that is literally how this is all supposed to work. Like, it's not a you scratch my back, I scratch yours. This is literally, if you ever need someone to talk to, I am here for you. Case in point. Boom, done. Thanks for watching. Peace out.